From up here, you get a great view of people flocking into this festival. There's people arriving in buses, there's llama trains coming over the hills, there's people walking through these desert landscapes. This place acts like a magnet, bringing people together from all over the region.
Nowadays, the dominant faith in Bolivia is Catholicism, and the official focus of this festival is the church, where there are prayers, ritual offerings and blessings. But whilst the church is part of it, there's much more to it.
Here in the solemnity of the church, people are making their offerings and preparing for the year. And outside, people are going pretty crazy and drinking a lot of beer.
People have come together to worship, yes, but as the Tiwanaku did, they're gathering en masse, coming together as a community to party, forming the bonds that will see them through the tough agricultural season to come. The bigger the party, the better the growing season will be. Over 8 centuries, the Tiwanaku gatherings got bigger and bigger, and the collective labour force grew in the process, getting closer and closer to mastering their harsh environment. And around 200 BC, they began building a temple complex to hold the biggest religious festivals that South America had ever seen. Situated 10 miles from the shores of Lake Titicaca, in Aymara, Tiwanaku means stone at the centre. And this extraordinary place became the focal point of the entire civilization. The oldest part of it is this, the sunken temple lined with the carved heads of Tiwanaku ancestors.
Tiwanaku began with the construction of this early sunken court. Like the many sunken courts throughout the Titicaca Basin, it was a community-focused ritual space. But over the next 800 years, Tiwanaku just grew bigger and bigger and bigger.
Adjoining the sunken temple is the Kalasasaya, a raised ceremonial space measuring over 15,000 square metres, that the Tiwanaku began building in 500 AD. A monolithic statue guards the entranceway, and in one corner of it stands this, the Sun Gate, shaped from a single slab of stone. The character carved on it is known as the Staff God, a controller of natural forces, of the sun, the rain, and seasonal chants. 1,500 years ago, this was the place where tens of thousands of people gathered to pay homage to the gods of nature. And, just like their modern counterparts, Tiwanaku communities from across the region came together to reaffirm their social bonds and mobilise themselves into massive work parties in readiness for the new agricultural year. Dominating the site is a large mound, once encased in massive masonry blocks, long since eroded or looted.
It's only from up here that you get a sense of the scale of the place. Only a fraction of this site has actually been excavated, and archaeologists estimate that the footprint is well over 5 square kilometres.
The question that puzzled archaeologists for decades is how was Tiwanaku built? Attempts were made in the 1960s to rebuild some of the temple structures, a process that revealed how phenomenally skilled at stoneworking the Tiwanaku were. And quite apart from their skill, how did a culture that had no horse or oxen for dragging, that didn't use the wheel or the pulley, move stones that weighed 10, 20 or even 50 tons? Stones that were quarried miles away. To find out, I have to go back to where the stones came from, Lake Titicaca, where there is a clue to the mystery of Tiwanaku's construction.